What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. Queen Sugar Season 2, Episode 14. Let's get into it. Y'all, this week, it was just, listen, it's just black excellence just running all up and through this TV show. My God, Ava. Y'all, it took me on an emotional roller coaster. Darla, Ralph Angel, Hollywood is the MVP. He is the MVP. Remy tried it. Martin, I don't know if I trust him. We gonna see about Martin. It was a lot of things. So let's just go ahead and get started. All right, this week we start off right where we left off last week. Ralph Angel is reeling from the news that Blue might not be his baby. Darla, you low down for that. Girl, you are low. Oh my God, I can't. Ooh, Darla. Ooh. She's saying she's sorry. She never wanted to hurt him. She just wanted them to be happy. She just wanted to be together. The excuses that liars be using to justify they lying. So I don't feel bad for her. Well, I do feel bad for her, but I don't feel bad for her in this situation because she knew that whenever she got with Ralph Angel or came back from wherever she was, she knew that that might not have been his baby. And she kept that from him for all them years. So as far as her and Ralph Angel's situation, I don't feel bad for her as far as what he decided to do, you know, whether he decided to stay or go. But he don't even understand what's happening right now, okay? He's like, I don't understand what you're saying to me. He's crying like, I mean, he was about to throw up. Y'all, it was just sad. It was sad. It was very sad. So he gets in the truck and he drives away, and Darla is just left in the shambles, honey, and tears and a mess. And she goes inside and she calls Charley. She calls off of work that day. Charley is telling her that she was proud of her, how she handled her parents and whatnot. But Darla asked to get off of work that day, and she didn't tell Charley why. But Charley tells her, cool, you can have off work that day. So when Charley gets off the phone, two of the farmers show up. And they say that the Landrys are threatening to pull their lease if they keep milling with Charley. So we can see that the Landrys are seriously bothered. They're seriously bothered by this $10 over here that Charley trying to make, child. They are really hassling her behind $20. We cannot do this with these Landrys. We got to take care of this problem. They need to be stomped out for sure. She like, nah, this not fair. We need to fight this. This is wrong. And the farmers are like, listen, you know, this is just not a fight that we want to take up at this time. And I can understand that. I mean, you talking about fighting, but she have the money and the resources to be cool, you know, if she don't have money coming in from the farm or whatever, but they don't. They're gonna be broke and homeless. So I understand if they don't want to necessarily join this fight with Charley. It's too much. So Micah is at school and he sees this Confederate display they have on the wall. Since he was arrested, now he is woke. Okay, Micah is waking up. He getting woke, y'all. He sees this display and he feels some type of way about it. I am from Southern Louisiana, if y'all haven't figured that out yet. I know my accent comes in and out, but I went to North Shore High School in Slidell, Louisiana, and I remember I was a cheerleader my freshman year, and we were all making a banner for the football players to run through. You have to understand that I went to a white school. I went to white schools like my whole life pretty much, and you know, black kids started getting bused into my junior high school when I was in the 7th grade. But other than that, I pretty much went to school with white people. I had white friends. I had black friends too, but I had white friends. I went to their white houses, and we had, you know, white fun. It was fun. So, you know, we were kids. It was fun. But I didn't really realize the Confederacy and all that stuff didn't really come to mind until I was like 14. And, you know, they wanted to do a rebel flag. And we got into a discussion where it's not about racism. It's about history. And people really do think that. And I'm like, no. The Confederacy, you know, fought to uphold slavery. So your history is my bondage. Okay, is my people bondage. Now, of course, I was 14. I didn't have the verbiage to say that at that point. But that's what I was trying to convey to them, that to you it might mean history, but your history is not anything to be proud of, honey. It's not nothing to be, you know, rejoicing about. The fact that we enslaved people, bought and sold people. Like houses and cars, child. I don't understand what people don't understand about that and why people are so offended. When you see statues and displays honoring these people who bought and sold human beings, people. I don't understand. But Micah's pissed. He feeling some type of way. So that's going to come to fruition later on in the episode. So Charley is making calls. She picks up that card that her mama got her to hook up. Y'all remember Martin Bennington or something like that. He had the 20,000 acres. So she picks up that card and she make that phone call to him. So we with Nova. Nova's with the old homie from the neighborhood. He come by and she gives him those pearls that Dubois gave her to give to sell. And he like, you want me to hold them? Nah, I want you to hold them. It's time for me to move forward. So she moving forward. Dubois ain't coming back, y'all. He ain't coming back no more. And I really think that maybe Nova needs to sit down somewhere and be by herself, because we haven't seen her sit down and be by herself at all. This like at all since the show been on TV, y'all. She haven't been alone. Like actually alone, not bouncing on a dick somewhere by herself, with herself, and getting to know her own self, because she don't even know her own self, because she based her views on life based off of what happened in the family, and now that she knows, it's like a whole new world for her. So maybe she needs to be alone to kind of discover herself a little bit before she start trying to get with somebody, because clearly she don't know how much you want to give and take from another person, displayed by Dubois and that whole mess of a relationship, right? So she sees old dude, he like, you know what, I seen you on TV, girl, what you doing next? She like, nah, she keep trying to downplay the fact that she's meant for more than what she's doing right now in the neighborhood. What's for you is for you, Novas. If that's your calling, girl, get up there and do it. I get nervous when I sing, y'all, but I know that the Lord gave me a voice and I'm going to use it. And you might be afraid of these new opportunities that are coming towards you. Take the step anyway. Do it, girl. They chit chat about the folks, you know, in the neighborhood and everybody this and that, and she seems happy to be back in her element. Remy and Charley talk about their night together. He comes over, you know, I'm glad we got to talk last night, and she like, yeah, you know, we had fun, and was, you know, and this morning too. I was like, oh, okay. He spent the night still, and then they had their little, you know, relationship. Probably just slept in the bed and you know, spoon. What y'all think? Remy and Charley have. She says they need to talk more. They need to get into the relationship because they both too grown to be playing, you know, games. I said, hello, too grown, because we all too grown to be playing games, honey. Get into my personal life. He knows about Remy already knows about the farmers that's coming to drop out because of the Landrys, and he was like, you know, he not gonna stop. And she like, he not gonna stop until I stop him. So I just got off the phone with Martin Bennington, and Remy is like, he a Landry girl, you know, you need to be careful, girl. I know, I just want to let y'all know that just because those people's name is Landry and they horrible, evil, stank ass people, do not let them cast a light onto Landry's restaurant, because Landry's restaurant is good, honey, and the drinks are good, and the happy hour appetizers is everything. So don't you let them Landry stop you from going to Landry's. You take that from me. As a chain restaurant, it's all right. Back to the program. The Landry's ain't gonna stop, girl. What is you gonna do? I talked to Martin. Martin, we and him gonna meet. Can you handle this event with Ralph Angel got going on today? Because I need to meet with him. Cool. I hope you know what you're doing. Babe, I know what I'm doing. And they kiss, and it's real cute. And you notice her stance with Charley. She was leaned back. She had her back on the chair like, I know what I'm doing. I think that a lot of times, I'm going to save that for later, because I got some words for Remy, because I told y'all I'm just, you know, I'm side-eyeing them. I was like, okay, but then, I don't know. We going to see, child. I don't know. Hollywood and Vi. So Hollywood comes home a little bit quicker than Vi thought he was. Apparently his deposition was not taking as long as he thought it was going to take. And he said that they was talking to him. They wanted him to answer some questions because their company had been taking kickbacks. Now, that was a little drop. I feel like maybe Hollywood gonna come into play with the Landrys, because remember, Landry is the partner. So if Landry got something to do with kickbacks or something like that, she could use that against him later on down the line. But that's neither here nor there. They could have maybe just threw that in just because. So he notices that she has some pills in the bag, and she's like, oh, it's vitamins and supplements or whatever. And he don't really press the issue, and you know, he goes on about how he gonna spoil her. And oh, y'all, it's so, oh, can y'all just hook me up with your cousin? Can y'all just hook me up with your cousin? I don't understand why I can't find me no Hollywood. I want one for myself. So Nova is gardening in her yard, and mother has arrived, honey. When she came up, I said, yes, come on with your finest church outfit on. That hat was sitting. Come on, Casper. Yes, you better have your finest suit on. I bet you she got on about 3 slips under there. She got a girdle on, and a panty girdle, and a slip. Think I'm lying if you want to. I ain't lying, because I'd have seen it in a real life. life. She came up there, she sat with her and said that the Ninth Ward is getting a grant from the Department of Health and Human Services, and she would really think that it would be good if Nova will be on the task force that decides how the money gets spent. Thanks, Nova, for all the hard work she's done. And Nova's like, well, you know, that's not my thing. If you on the council, then I'm sure everything will be cool. And she's like, Nova, you know, it's time for, you know, you to step out and do something, girl. Change requires that you change. Okay, you have to change as well. And this is something Nova, like I said, she does not want to be in the spotlight. She thinks that it's selling out to not be in the community and do work. That's the same thing Dubois was trying to tell her, that you need to try different ways to do whatever it is that you're trying to do in the community. And, you know, we need to evolve. But I think he was a little bit too extreme for her, and so she says she'll think about it. The lady say, just think about it. I mean, you did all the work, girl. You might as well come and see how it comes into fruition. She says she'll think about it. So Micah is at school and he's telling his friend about how he feels about the statue, and friend was like, well, I mean, you walking around talking about you woke all the time, so how do you feel? Friend says that to him it's just history. We should, you know, I don't think we should tear it down. We shouldn't erase it, because it feels like we're gonna forget what happened and how horrible it was. So white boy got a point, white friend got a point, he do. But at the same time, that's why you put things like that in the museum. Okay, we don't have statues honoring people who lost the war, like treasonous ass people. Let's just keep it real. Okay, you don't have statues in other countries to people who fought against them. That's not what they have. In America, we have that. So you take them statues down, you put them in a museum, you put up a whole museum of Confederacy. You can have one in every damn city in the South, because that's where it belongs, in a museum. We're not those people anymore. We don't intimidate, because those statues were put up to intimidate people all over the South. Okay, so stuff like this, yes, we can talk about our history, but maybe have that in a section in the library. You can have Confederate things from the history and talk about why the Confederate was so bad. Or maybe you should put up a display about slaves. Maybe we should put up statues of slave ships and slaves, people who suffered through all of these horrible things in history. We don't ever honor them, but we honor the people who raped and tortured and killed them, though. I would love to be able to walk onto a slave ship, a reenactment of a real slave ship, and lay down in the places where people lay down, so you can see how horrible the conditions was, how awful it was to be cramped up. Listen, I can go on all day long, but I'm about to go off on a tangent. Friend have a point, but they need to put that stuff in the museum. We're not going to erase it. We're just going to put it in the museum, and then we're going to go look at it and remember how horrible we were as a people, you know, how far we've come. So Charlie is meeting with Martin, and he say he don't want no water, honey. He wants to have him a Scotch malt. I can already tell that he like her. I mean, it's pretty evident that he likes her off gate. He already flirting with her. So he talk about how, you know, she's self-made and they family not self-made. She says, listen, we understand the family, blood is blood, things are complicated. I get that, I understand, but business is also business. He's trying to make this business happen. I want to show you what we have to offer you. And he says, cool. Darla is calling Ralph Angel, literally blowing up the boy phone. He just riding around and he getting it, y'all. I'm just like, I hope he don't run up here and rob nobody, shoot nobody, beat nobody ass, because this boy right here is in an emotional state and anything can happen, you know, when people like that and feeling like he feeling. She's calling him and he answers the phone, but he doesn't say anything. She just says, can you come home? We can talk about this. Just say something to me, you know, yell, be mad, whatever. Just please come home, say something, talk to me. And she says, come home. And he says, what home? Ah! We said it at the same time, girl. Oh my God. That hurt. Girl, I know that hurt deep down in your soul, girl. I know that hurt. Woo, that hurt. Jesus. I don't know when this exactly happens, but I know at some point we're back with Micah. And Micah is talking to Kiki after school about how she feels about it. And she's telling him, you know, some of the statues have been taken down in New Orleans. And, you know, if he always, my thing is, if you complaining about it, do something about it. Don't just be upset. You know, she's like, you sitting over here pouting, looking mad and looking some type of way. Why don't you make some noise? Do something about it. Because he gives an excuse where these people are rich and this is a private school and they pay a lot of money to be able to do what they want to do. And she's like, we get that. Yes, we understand that. But people have been getting these statues taken down in New Orleans. So if you want to do something other than complain, you need to do something. If not, shut up. Okay? Just live with it. No, she didn't say that. I'm sure that's what she was thinking. Boy, I'm trying to do my work. So if you're going to do something, do something. So when he gets home, Micah is watching coverage about the statues being taken down on TV. And Charlie comes in and she admits that she hasn't really been keeping up on the news and what's going on, you know, in the world because of the meal and everything she's trying to do with the meal. And he kind of gets upset with her and says that, you know, he hates well, sometimes he hates living in the South. She just like letting him vent. She's like, why? Because when he see those statues, he thinks of blood, he thinks of Ralph Angel, he thinks of Hollywood, he thinks of bondage. You know, he thinks of those horrible things, and when they see those statues, they think of history. And she says, well, you know, the South has a pain. It does have pain. It have lots of pain. But it also has lots of love and community. And sometimes you do have to stand up in it. Like, a lot of people think that if they move up north or they move to the West Coast or the East Coast, that it'll be better and it's not as much racism. But it is a racism. Y'all, it's racism everywhere you go. It's just that when you go up north or to the West or whatever, it's a little bit more covert. It's not as in your face type racism. But it's still racism. Don't get it twisted. It's just the South. The racists be straight up no chaser. And shady. Okay, and shady. Both ways. But if I had a choice, I would prefer my racist straight up with no chaser. That way I would know how to handle you. I would know how not to deal with you and what not to do around you or not to be around you. You know what I'm saying? I would know that. But covert racists, you don't know. They could be smiling in your face all the while. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. Oh, backstabbers. So you never know. And with these people. So Micah like, oh, she says, well, you know, there's a lot of pain, but there's also a lot of community. And, you know, I want to give it a try. Micah like, girl, you not talking about no South, girl. You ain't talking about Louisiana. You talking about Remy. She's like, yeah, I'm talking about Remy. You know, I like him. He's helped me so much. She's basically, this is the I want to get approval from you because you was low-key side-eyeing like the last 2 episodes ago. So I just want to make sure it's cool because I feel like I'm, you know, having type of feelings for him. I just love the fact that they so open with each other. They don't have no issues saying what it is. Like, she said what it was. He was like, okay, I like Remy. He's a nice guy. That was pretty much all the approval she needed. And she also threw in there that he asked about kids. She is giving this real thought. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I might be somebody's big brother. So it was cool how Micah was, yo, Micah is so nice. Oh my gosh, that's a nice young man. That's why with all my strength, and I be trying to hate David so much, but you truly know that deep down on the inside, he know better. Okay, he just ain't do better because your child is amazing. You know, your child is amazing. And I know that he didn't get all that from just one parent. I ain't gonna say, well, he got everything good from Charley because Davis is a shit ass person. But this season, he been doing better. Like, I can see the good qualities. Like, I love this show. I mean, the character development really make you think that that's his damn mama. And then his daddy, okay? I really be seeing it for these people like they a real family, y'all. What's going on? I love this show. It is everything. Micah is cool with it. He seems happy. He said Remy a good guy. Probably gonna move forward with that. So later on, Charley gives Martin a tour of the sugar mill and is giving him the sales pitch. He's like, wow, you're really good at business. Like, he's really taking with Charley. And then he asks her straight up, like on a proper date, can I take you on a date? Like, I'm seeing somebody. He's like, so soon after your divorce? That was light shade. I ain't trying to be shady. I'm just saying, you know, from personal experience. Now, you know damn well you was seeing people before your ass was divorced, white man. Don't do this. Yeah, basically like so soon after my divorce, mind your business. He says, look, he only speaking from experience and he wants to, if he got to talk to her about business on the day, he gonna talk to her about business. Okay, so they going out to dinner. We're back with Hollywood. So Hollywood is going through a vibe bag. He knows something is wrong. And she walk in the room like, what's up? Why are you looking through my stuff? Like, I don't ever go through your bags. Why are you looking through my stuff? And he's like, something the hell is wrong. Because I know that regular medication and vitamins and stuff, they come in a brown bag. And prescription medication come in a white bag, girl. So you is lying to me about something. You need to tell me what's going on. I need to know. And she's like, she finally just broke down and was like, listen, the doctor said I have lupus. Hollywood was about to cry, y'all. Like, his face was like, oh, God. Do he seem skinny to y'all? Like, he losing weight? He seemed like the actor. He seemed like he's a little bit smaller than he was last year. I don't know if that's just for aesthetic reasons or if the man is sick or something. Let's keep him lifted because we don't know what that is. He could just be losing weight to be fine, though. Who knows? He was about to cry. The tears was on his face. And he asked her if she was going to die. And she's like, no, I'm not going to die. I'm going to be fine. You know, I'm going to make it through this. I'm going to manage it. I'm going to live and I'm going to live well. And he's like, yeah, we're going to make it through or whatever. And she's like, no, I didn't say we. You know, ain't no we in that. I said, I'm going to make it through, me, myself. And child, let me... When I tell you... Where is he at? Who wrote this? He said, we're going to make it through. Y'all, he said, rest in that. Believe that. I'm not going anywhere. You don't want to be another Leanna? I'm Hollywood. You vibe. And we us. We gonna make it. We gonna make it. We gonna Make it. Let me tell you. Y'all, I hollered in real life. First of all, I know maybe, I'm not going to say never because you never know. There might be somebody out here in the world that who actually exists who act like this, but I just don't believe it. I know a woman wrote that line. I know it. Hey, Oprah, if I'm lying, show me the man who wrote them lines. A woman wrote that because only a woman will know how to write something like exactly what a woman wants to hear to comfort her. A black woman, I mean that. Every black woman in this world wants to hear some man tell her, I love you. I'm not going nowhere. We gonna make together. Know that, girl. Rest in that. He said, that girl got her a good ass man, girl. I mean, Hollywood is everything to me. And they better not never do nothing to him. I swear for God. I swear for God. It's gonna be a problem. I'm calling Oprah. So later on, we're with Charley. She's opening an expensive package of liquor that Martin has sent her as a thank you. They chatted about liquor when they was talking to each other earlier. So he sent her this expensive package, and Remy comes in when she's opening up, and baby, she was smiling. I mean, she was, it's just a joke between us. Reading something off a card, and Remy felt some type of way. And Remy was just like, I hope you know what you're doing. He's like, listen, I know how to deal with men. And this is where he tried it for me. He feels some type of way because she can gifts from another man, and he has to remember that Charley is a businesswoman. She was a businesswoman way before she met your ass. She was handling business, multi-million-dollar deals. Y'all need to remember what she did last season. That season, at the end of the season, she can't be cutthroat. She knows how to play the game. Charley know that man like her. She ain't stupid. So Remy, the fact that he came at her in like that type of way, like, well, you need to watch what you're doing. I could see watch what you're doing because he's a Landry, and you don't know. We don't know if we trust him or not yet. But the fact of, oh, he like you and don't be giving up no cootie cat is basically what he's saying. Because he said, well, I know you how your mind work, and you will do things that are unexpected, and you will do things that, what is you trying to say, Remy? You trying to say I'ma screw him to get him to work in the mill? Now, I don't think Charley would do that. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't think that Charley would do that. She's wielding her feminine wiles on him so she can get his business. But I don't think that she's going to do that because that's not going to put her in a position of power. That's going to take her out of a position of power. The fact that he came at her lets me know that they're just on two. I ain't going to say they on two different levels, but it's just like he don't understand fully things from her point of view. I think that Remy is asking for a whole lot, being that she just moved down here. She just got divorced 5 minutes ago, and I think he underestimates her a lot and treat her like a little woman. Like, little woman, you need to be careful that you don't do this, little woman. Now, I'm not saying Charley don't need warnings because we have saw her do some dumb shit before. But at the same time, she don't know about the farming business. So, yes, he can help her in that respect. But what he don't know is how to handle this business. Okay, and she know how to handle business, so he just needs to step back and let her do her thing. And I feel like sometimes he be overstepping, okay, and he'll be insulting her on the low, and that's what I don't like about him. So I don't know. I'm side-eyeing Remy this episode because I didn't like what he said and I didn't like how he said that. So we with Darla. After she's blowing up his phone, on Ralph Angel's phone, he tell her, he ain't coming home. Basically, he gone. Her mom, she calls her mom. So mom and them still in town. So mama comes over to comfort her and she's talking to her. And she's saying that she thinks Ralph Angel will come back. She sees goodness in him. But he does need some time. Girl, you just done shattered this man's whole world. He needs some time to get over it. And then she tells her, y'all, it was so good. Micah Michelle did this. She was talking about how they came down there 9 different times to get Darla after she stopped calling. They came down there 9 times, searching halfway houses, homeless shelters, everything, trying to find her. Because they came down there so many times they couldn't find her, the stress caused her mother to start to drink again. Again, what you mean? 23 years ago, I was alcoholic. I had a problem with alcoholism, and I gave it up. Your father runs in certain social circles, and I can't be out here drinking, which I thought was like, okay, well, is that the reason why you stopped drinking? You probably should stop drinking because you want to be alive and healthy, but hey, whatever. She says all of the stress made her start drinking again. Addiction runs in the family, and I don't think the abusing the drugs is the addiction. I think it's the inclination to not stop. That is the hereditary. And then once you get hooked onto the actual drug, as a chemical thing. Your body needs it now to survive. But I think she was just telling her to let her know you're not alone. Everybody is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I done did some messed up stuff too. Later that night, Darla admits that she regrets that she hung out with her friends. So apparently she was just hanging out with her high school friends, the last hoorah, you know, when she came back home to visit, and they ended up going out to some party. She got very, very drunk. It was, you know, bad. It was just a one-night thing, and she ended up hooking up with some dudes, or a dude, okay, which ends in, or maybe not, ends in the conceiving of Blue, child. She doesn't even know whether it was more than one guy, y'all. Mom is like, was it just one person? She says, I don't know. I really don't know. And I think that bitch know. I ain't gonna lie, I think she know that it was more than one person, and she was up in there doing some stuff she was gonna regret. But the mama still, she did not judge her. She did not talk to her, look down on her. She was like, look, you can come home. You know, we can help take care of you and Blue, and you can get a fresh start, and Ralph Angel will have some time to get over whatever he's going through. Darla tells her, thank you for forgiving me. You know, thank you for having my back, but I'm not going to take Blue away from the only family that he's ever known. And she says, well, we deserve to get to know him too. Maybe this will be a good thing for him to get to know his other side of the family. They left it kind of open, so we don't know. Is Darla going to leave and go back to DC with her mom? Or is she going to stay and try to tough it out with the family? So I don't know. We're gonna see. Meanwhile, Ralph Angel's out there getting wasted. White boy wasted. So after this whole situation with Hollywood and Vi, he leaves out to go do something. And when after he tells her she needs to tell the family what's going on. I forgot about that part, because they don't need to have secrets, you know, in a family. We already see what secrets have done to the family. So she like, I don't want to do it, but she gonna tell him. I guess he left. And at some point he comes back, and with Ralph Angel over his shoulder, child, drunk. He was in the bar. Oh, they called him down to the bar. That's what it was. He was at Trudy's or someplace getting drunk. Hollywood found him. I hope that he don't, because you ain't supposed to be drunk when you're on probation. When you're on parole, you're not supposed to be drunk. You're not supposed to be doing that type of stuff. I hope that stays between them, and the police don't find out, or the Landrys or anybody, because that's going to be a problem for Ralph Angel and his farm. But he going through it. So I can understand you want to go out there and get drunk. I just wish you had told somebody to come. You know, he went to your homeboy house instead of going to the ballroom. You know, his whole world done fell apart. So he out there bad. And the next morning, Vi's praying to the Lord for him to just take it away, child. Okay, just take away all the negativity. Just take away everything that's going on, because this is too much. I feel like we was at this same place last season at some point. We was just like, Lord Jesus, it's too much. Okay, so we back here again. Ralph Angel is over his father's grave, y'all, crying, just looking for answers. Oh, it was so sad. Oh my God, it was just so sad. And when we get to the end of the episode, we see Blue playing in some flowers. It was a little reminder for us that at the center of all this drama is a little boy, is a baby, is a small child, you know, and he didn't ask for none of this, and he's caught up in the middle of this mess. That was it. That was the whole episode. I love Hollywood. Hollywood is everything. He is the MVP for this episode. Ralph Angel, man, he going through it. Micah, he gonna turn into a little, maybe not a little Nova, but he's gonna be a little, you know, a little act. I feel like he gonna get a little backlash though at the school. Nova, I think, is in a period of self-discovery. I think the girl, I forgot about Nova's story. Y'all, so Nova, he gets invited by a mother or a friend, invites her to this party. So she meets some activists at the party. One girl is pushing back and going back and forth with her about her being on TV and peddling alternative facts about Zika virus and how, you know, it's affecting the Ninth Ward community. And y'all had people out for that fake community event because she was saying, you know, she was sorry for the fear mongering and everything that caused. And so Nova, she went off, rightfully so. She didn't really give her what that girl deserved, but she was like, you know, you need to realize that you're gonna be here in the same 30 years complaining. Girl, what are you doing other than complaining? You have to realize that there needs to be new methods to get things done. And she said what Mother Brown had told her, which was, in order to change, we must change too. So you need to think about the methods that you use. She says something else to Nova, and Nova's like, listen, I just work for Mother Brown, and we got a grant from the HHS. And she's like, well, you can name drop all you want, but you're still gonna be at a table making decisions for people like us, and not in the community. You can be in the boardroom or you can be in the community, but you can't be in both. See, this is the problem. The problem is what homegirl is. Girl, if you ain't never in the boardroom, how the hell you gonna make any decisions? How is anything gonna get done if we don't do nothing but stand in the street and yell all day long? Somebody gotta sit at the table, and if anybody has to sit at the table, girl, I would want it to be Nova, honey. Cause my thing was, I would turn around, bitch, what is you doing other than complaining? complaining. This is gonna push Nova back 5 more steps because this is how Nova is. You know, she get her mind, she want to do something, somebody put a doubt in her mind and she goes back. So I'm sure she gonna wrestle with this ideal of really stepping out and being in the public eye, because she needs to just go ahead and do it, girl, because you ain't gonna never be able to make everybody happy. Somebody else always gonna feel like you a sellout, but as long as you doing good and you feel good about the good you doing for the community, that's all that really matters. So girl, fuck that girl. Ain't nobody worried about her. Child, bye. That's all I got, y'all. This episode was awesome. It was directed by Regina King. Sister girl, directing behind the camera. We're here for it. So we can't wait to see what's going on next week. If I forgot anything, y'all, I know y'all gonna hook me up in the comments. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hey, new subscribers, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. Y'all have a blessed week. Peace.